Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the amazing icon from the 1970s, Pam Grier. She's an actress, a singer, a superstar. She did numerous action and blaxploitation films. Quentin Tarantino described her as cinema's first female action star. She's been nominated for numerous awards: the Emmy Award, the Golden Globe Award, a Satellite Award, a Screen Actors Guild Award, and a Saturn Award. She's known for movies like Coffee, Foxy Brown, Sheba Baby, Jackie Brown, and more. Pam was born on May 26, 1949, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Her mother was Gwendolyn Sylvia, a nurse and homemaker, and her father was Clarence Ransom Grier Jr. He worked as a technical sergeant in the United States Air Force. He was also a mechanic. She has a sister and a brother. She was raised as Catholic and later baptized as a Methodist. Her father was in the military, so the family moved frequently during her childhood. They moved to Swindon in southeast England in the UK in 1956, where her father worked on an Air Force base. They were one of the only black families in town. The family returned to the United States in 1958 when her father was transferred to California Travis Air Force Base, eventually settling in Denver, Colorado, near Laurie Air Force Base. She spent part of her upbringing on her maternal grandparents' sugar beet farm in Wyoming. Pam attended East High School in Denver, and she appeared in a number of stage productions, as well as participating in beauty contests to raise money for college tuition at the Metropolitan State College. Pam moved to Los Angeles, California in 1967. There, she was hired to work the switchboard at American International Pictures, AIP. She may have been discovered by the director Jack Hill and was cast in Roger Corman Women in Prison films such as The Big Dollhouse in 1971, Women in Cages, and The Big Birdcage in 1972. Pam became a staple of early 1970s blaxploitation films. She's a great actress. She helped pave the way for many. Quentin Tarantino was a big fan of hers. There was no one like her. Quentin said, "There is no one to compare her to." He said she was a really unique place in film history. She has a unique place there with the films that she did in that time. He said she was the first action female hero star. Her name was above the title. Pam Grier is Coffee. Pam Grier is Foxy Brown, where people went to see her. There wasn't one like her before. She was the very first one. He said she really owned a spot for women in the 70s with those films that America had never seen before. In 1973, she played Coffee. She was a nurse who was seeking revenge on drug dealers. Her character was advertised in the trailer as the baddest one-chick hit squad that ever hit town. The film was a box office hit. Roger Ebert praised the film for its believable female lead, Pam. He noted that Pam Grier was an actress with a beautiful face and astonishing form, and that she possessed a kind of physical life missing from many other attractive actresses. Pam played similar characters in the AIP films. The popular Foxy Brown in 1974, Sheba Baby and Friday Foster in 1975. In the 1980s, she was in Fort Apache, The Bronx in 1981, Something Wicked This Way Comes in 1983. In 1985, she made her theatrical debut in Sam Shepard's Fool for Love at Los Angeles Theater Center. She starred in Above the Law with Steven Seagal in 1988. She had a recurring role in Miami Vice from 1985 to 1989. She made guest appearances on a number of different TV shows, including Martin, Night Court, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She had recurring roles in the TV series Crime Story between 1986 and 1988. She had a role in Rocket Gibraltar in 1988, and it was cut due to fears by the film's director, Daniel Petrie, for repercussions from interracial love scenes. She appeared on Sinbad, Preston Chronicles, The Cosby Show, The Wayans Brothers. I remember her role in The Wayans Brothers. She was dating Sean. That was a funny episode. Pops wasn't having it because she was the older woman that Sean was dating. She appeared on Mad TV, and in 1994, she appeared in Snoop Dogg's video for Doggy Dog World. Pam was in a lot of things. She was very versatile. In the 90s, Pam was cast member of the Showtime series Lynx. She appeared in the 1996 John Carpenter's Escape from LA. In 1997, Pam had a huge role. She starred in the Quentin Tarantino film Jackie Brown. That was a major hit, a great movie. Quentin wanted her for that movie. He told her he was going to take 2 years and write something for her, but Pam didn't necessarily believe it at the time because Quentin was a director and writer that was in demand. He does some good work. She said in an interview that she didn't believe that he would really take 2 years out of his life to write something for her. But Quentin was serious. He meant what he said. He gave her the script. She read it and she loved it. She didn't call Quentin back right away to let him know how good it was. She was afraid. She was overwhelmed that someone took the time to write something for her. And Quentin thought that she didn't like it when she didn't call. But she called him and the movie did great. It is one of Quentin's best movies that he's ever done. One of the best. Pam went on to appear in many shows after that, including Law and Order, The L Word, Smallville, which she had a recurring role in season 9. Pam has had a successful career and she's also experienced unfortunate events. She wrote her memoir called Foxy My Life in 3 acts. She recalls that she was very quiet as a child and she would stutter when she talked. Her dream was to become a doctor. She never thought of acting. She struggled with stuttering for years. In the book, she revealed that the reason is because she was touched sexually at 6 years old by 2 boys in the neighborhood. She also had a similar incident at 18 years old. In an interview with Fox, she said she survived 4 SA situations, 2 as a little girl, 1 as a teenager, and 1 as a young woman. She said Jim Crow wouldn't allow her to be taken to a white hospital. She had to go to an army hospital. In her book, she talks about how she felt violated and powerless after these things happened to her. It messed with her self-esteem and her confidence. She changed her appearance trying to not look so pretty. She was trying to look as ugly as possible to basically stop the attackers. She told her then boyfriend what happened to her, and sadly, he declared her tainted after she told him what happened to her. That's just terrible. He should have been supporting her in a time like this. Pam had an interesting dating life. She dated basketball player Ferdinand Lewis. After they began dating, he converted to Islam and changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Allegedly, he proposed to Pam Grier on the condition that she immediately converts to Islam. He allegedly said, "If you don't commit to me today, I'm getting married at 2 this afternoon." She's a converted Muslim and she's been prepared for me, adding, "Once you become Muslim, you might appreciate another wife." Pam declined, so he got married that day. She met Freddie Prinze while promoting her film Coffee in 1973. They began dating and talked about getting married. Freddie Prinze wanted her to have his baby, but she was hesitant to do that because of the sad history he had with depression and drug addiction. The relationship eventually ended, and they remained in touch after she broke up with him. She was one of the last people he spoke to before he died in 1977. Pam met the great comedian Richard Pryor through her relationship with Prince. They started dating after they were both casted in the 1977 film Greased Lightning. She allegedly helped him learn to read and tried to help him with his drug addiction. Allegedly, after 6 months of sobriety, he relapsed. In her memoir, Pam recounts a conversation with her doctor that led to her breakup with Richard. He said, "Pam, I want to talk to you about an epidemic that's prevalent in Beverly Hills right now. It's the buildup of cocaine residue around the cervix and in the vagina. You have it. Are you doing drugs?" She said no. She was astonished. He went on to tell her how dangerous it was. He asked her if her partner was putting the drug on his penis to sustain his erection. She said, "No, not that I know of. It's not like he has a pile of drugs next to the bed and he dips his thing in it before we have sex." She said she had a flashback of one of Richard's famous lines where he mentions that even my D-I-C-K has a C-O-K-E, Jones. The doctor asks, "Are you sure he isn't doing it in the bathroom before he comes to bed?" She responded, "That's a possibility. You know I am dating Richard Pryor." He said, "OMG, we have a serious problem here. If he's not putting it on his skin directly, then it's worse because the C0ke is in his seminal fluid." The doctor then asked her if her mouth went numb while performing oral on him, which she said it did. I can imagine how scary that was for Pam. In 1988, Pam had more devastating news. She was diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer, and she was told she had 18 months to live, allegedly. But the devil is a liar. Pam is still alive and kicking. She's living on a ranch in Colorado, enjoying her life. The devil is a liar. Pam is still out here doing her thing. She recently did that movie, Pet Sematary, and she still looks great. Pam deserves her props. She has done a lot for the culture. She is loved by many and is not forgotten. See you later, guys.